Hello everybody, welcome back to the LIMITof ADHESION and Season 3 of our Open Wheeler season. This is round 9 of the championship and we are at Suzuka. My name is Gareth and joining me once again in the commentary box is Jools. Jools, how are you doing?
Good, thanks. Looking forward to this. Suzuka is a favourite amongst many of the drivers, including myself.
Yeah, no, it's obviously one of the legendary F1 circuits of the world and a huge challenge all the way around the lap. Taking a look at the championship standings then, David Lyne in the commanding lead, and if he wins this race he will be crowned champion. No one else can catch him apart from Rob Miller and Mark Tranter outside chance in third, and we see James Garlick up to fourth after his tremendous win at Alton Park. Paul Dixon fifth for LB and Gavin Kelly sixth for Stupidaguri. As we take a look at the teams championships then, the A-team out in front ahead of LB Racing up to second and Williams in third. It's a really nice mix of teams in the championship there, isn't it, Jools?
Yeah, and close between LB, Williams, Little Large and Kairos competition.
Yes indeed, yeah, and you can see the ETM and Stupidaguri only separated by 4 points a bit further down, with the Rumblebees just behind them in 8th. That would be higher without all of Ollie Walker's penalties. Anyway, practice times results, then we can see Rob Miller 158.713. That is a cracking lap time, isn't it? Ahead of James Garlick and David Lyne in third. Gavin Kelly showing well in fourth, and Josh Kanamuth from the ETM also showing well in fifth position. Mark Tranter only down in sixth. Richard Santana, new joiner for the league, is in seventh place, and we have Tyne van Wittenboer. He's down in 19th place, but he is another new joiner as well. So welcome to those two guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome to the league.
Yeah, the league's growing every week, actually, isn't it? So, and we can see there we're looking at the grid. Then Rob Miller on pole with a 158.630. Gavin Kelly second place and on the front row. What a great result he's had. Ahead of Mark Tranter, James Garlick, David Lyne down in fifth. Sixth is Josh Kanamuth. Seventh is Nathan Parker. Good to see him doing well.
Yeah, surprisingly, Dave down in fifth there. You would have thought he would have been, well, he hasn't really been off the front row this season, has he?
No, indeed, yeah. And we see Gary Jones back again for another round. He's on 21st position on the grid. Lights are red then. We're ready for our start.
No jump starts, please.
Yeah, let's hope for a clean one. Here we go then. Lights are green and we've had... Oh, strong starts there. Look at WINSLADE diving to the middle. They're just popping out of the line. We're looking at Miller then. Kelly's been jumped by Tranter then into T1. So Miller from Tranter coming through the first couple of corners. We can hear something crashing in the background. Oh no, we've had a really big accident there. That was WINSLADE. There's Wittenboer coming around with one wheel off his wagon, and we saw Larson was involved in that as well. Those two are already in the pits.
Yeah, he's clearly been involved in that, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's trying to get round, no front wing and one wheel off. Meanwhile, we cut back to our leaders then. That's Miller still out in front ahead of Tranter. Kelly's in third. Lyne's up to fourth, so he's got past Garlick, who's in fifth now. We're looking at Nathan Parker then. He's trying to attack Namath into the Degners then. They're coming through Degner 2 and heading down to Kobayashi.
Yeah, a bit of a train there behind Namath.
Yeah. We've seen a few changes and we're hearing more bumps and crashes. Hopefully we'll probably get some replays of those. There's where Richard's going to the inside of Dixon then. So we've got battles up and down the field. Richard's currently running in 9th and he's attacking Dixon as they head to Spoon. Not really a favoured overtaking space into Spoon though. And further back then that was Santana then in the... It's quite a similar livery to the Kairos and same sort of colours, isn't it?
Yeah, same colour scheme, although a different pattern, I guess. Looks like paint splashed all over the livery.
Yeah, kind of a Stone Roses album cover sort of thing.
And here comes Nathan.
Parker into 130R then. Great move around Namath then. Namath looking to get back as they come up to the chicane. Nothing happening there. We see Oliver Walker from the Rumblebees there. Oh, God, 3 wide there with... He's off onto the grass, taking the safe way through.
Interesting line there through the chicane.
Yeah.
And that will be a slowdown.
Yes. As you saw him let Santana and Burnett through. We see Jones coming out the pit lane there.
He's already been in for some reason.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Namath just walloped Parker. Ow, that's a really damaged car then. So
That was a bit rude, wasn't it? A shoulder barge there, if ever I saw one.
Yeah, so Namath just disposing of Parker as they came into T1. That will be heading for the stewards, no doubt. All of which has promoted Richards up to 7th place then.
Yeah, and look behind him. There's a train of Dixon, Santana, Burnett. And there were more, but now they're dropping out. You can see now on the graphics we now have an interval as well, so you can see where the battles are. And the more red it gets, the more intense the battle.
Oh, that's a great new addition to our graphics then. Nice to see Caleb Selner competing then, first time in his open wheelers. He only raced with us at Interlagos and the GT3s before. Look at Burnett then off the road there.
Yeah, he's representing the Rabbit Hole Motorsports team here.
Yeah, nice to see. And we're on board with Burnett then. Currently in 10th place and still running as a privateer in Formula Renault, although he's obviously in Team Black Pink with GT3s with Andres Fuelgrade. And here we are coming into Spoon Corner. What a great corner this is. I said in the Hot Lap video, it's the corner that no one can ever get right, because it is quite a challenge, isn't it?
Yes, it's very tricky. Good to see Burnett there up in 10th. It's a good start considering his race was run, I think, in the first corner last time by a collision.
Yes, and speaking of the collision, we were sadly Zach Hyland choosing not to return after his incident-packed opening lap. You saw him get hit with a couple of penalties after that race. He finished 6th on the road, but lost a lot of points after the stewards deemed him responsible for the accident with Burnett and WINSLADE. Replay at the start then, we're looking down at Wittenbauer. He dives, just straight into the back of WINSLADE then, whose car comes round and takes out Larson. So just out, not braking hard enough. Replay of Richards then, dive to the inside at the chicane.
That was an ambush if ever I saw one, yeah.
Yeah, but it was beautifully done on the brakes. Really,
absolutely
well controlled. Like
fully
that
controlled.
A lot. So Miller setting the fastest lap out front in the 1:59.359. There is Santana. Then he's onto the back of Dixon.
Kelly, the only other one in the 59s yet.
Yeah. So Santana, an F3 specialist. He's joined us for the last few rounds of this championship, but obviously gearing up more for our F3 season next time out. So yeah, welcome to the league. Really looking forward to seeing what he can do. And who's that off the road?
I think that's Caleb.
That's Caleb Selner then. Yeah, well spotted. Getting it wrong into the Degners. Nice to see that livery finally hitting the grid then. We've been waiting to see it for a while.
Yeah, I was worried it wasn't going to make it. Hopefully they'll have a similar one for the F3 car next season.
Yeah, and that was Nick Terry's great artwork. And hopefully he'll be joining us again soon.
Yeah, hopefully he can find some time to fit a race in. That would be good.
Yeah, so let's have a little run down the order then. We've got Rob Miller out in front ahead of Mark Tranter. 1.5 seconds is the gap. That's quite big again. And then Kelly running in 3rd, Lyne's in 4th, Garlick in 5th, Nameson 6th, 7th is Richards, 8th is Dixon. But he's about to be deposed by Santana, who we're running on board with. 130R takes the safer route though.
Looks like Garlick's hassling Lyne as well. The gap's just gone up, but it was within a 10th of a second.
Yeah, good spot there, Jools. That's exciting to see. Garlick's just having a complete renewed amount of pace, isn't he, since he's had his win?
He's certainly on form at the moment.
Look at him lining him
races.
up. Wow, he was really shaping him up into T1 there, but took the slightly better, safer option then.
He's a very cautious driver. He makes sure it's on before he goes for it, really.
That's kind of what we want to see in our league. So Burnett is in 10th at the moment, ahead of Ollie Walker. And then we've got 12th is Weaver. And Schooling running 13th. Wow, that's a decent start to the race for Keith Schooling then. Let's keep an eye on him and see what he can do further on in the race.
Hopefully Bibby's okay as well, because I just noticed he's not in the race this week. Just Dixon representing LB Racing. And Bibby's been on a bit of a podium streak, so it's a shame that he's missing this one, because he could be right up there. Yeah,
great point actually, and well spotted. And like you say, it's a shame actually as well, because they're doing so well in the team's championship, and one of their drivers missing a race is going to really hurt them in that respect.
Yeah, especially if Williams get a good haul of points.
Yeah, Williams currently running 5th and 7th, so yeah, they are on for a decent haul of points. Their name is on the back of Garlic at the moment. He was on the back of Lyne, so it's a good little battle here for 4th.
Garlic can get a good exit out of here. Let's see. Yeah, he's got a good toe down. Look at the times in the sectors. He's been faster in every one but the first. Here we go.
Well, to the outside then, heading to 130R, comes Garlic, and he's done it. What a great move.
Fantastic move.
Yeah, and
Namath's having a go. Oh!
Wow, Namath just running out wide and onto the curb, throwing himself into the pits. Wow, that's a properly destroyed car there.
That's a very good demonstration of the iRacing Formula Renault 2.0 damage model there.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, a big shout out to Lawrence Aaron Jenkins, the ledge, currently running 13th place. He hasn't had much practice recently because he's been busily supporting his wife's run for local council, so great to see him doing so well at the moment in 13th place. Let's hope he can keep that going.
Absolutely. And
we wait to see if Layla makes it onto the council. Hashtag outside news.
There is no outside.
Only the limit of adhesion.
It's like Miller's stretching his lead there at the top.
Yeah. Wow, 2.3 seconds. This is one of the most dominant performances we've seen in the Formula Renaults for a long time. So, looking at Paul Dixon and in the LB, being chased by Richards and Santana, now that Namath's put himself in the pits.
Yeah, it looks to me this is the end of battle at the moment on track. Everybody else's gaps are a bit high.
Yeah, bit of a shame actually, because we had such a great race here with the Skip Barber on the full Suzuka layout last time out.
I'm sure it's just a lull. We've still got 20 minutes to go.
Yeah, that's true. So we've got a number of drivers have already been lapped then. Wittenbauer, Parker, WINSLADE, Selner, Weaver and Larson is out of the race. So
looks like he's out from that first lap collision.
Yeah, decided not to rejoin.
And they met here going for Aaron Jenkins, recovering after his pit stop, and he's through.
And that's just running a little wide then through the S's, but keeps it on the track, or back onto the track, facing the right way anyway. Oh, look at Richardson and another
go.
Wow,
that's his favourite. I think that's his favourite overtaking spot, isn't it? Then.
Yeah, it really is. Richards has obviously had something spicy for dinner, and he's trying to get on with get onto the points haul. Side by side as they come down to T1 then, and he's done it. But it's Dixon fighting back into T2. No, Richards has finished the move, so Richards up to 6th place then, ahead of Paul Dixon. And can Santana get into this mix as well then? He's just 4 tenths back at the moment.
Yeah, you'd have to imagine so. And Burnett as well.
Yeah, Burnett is still very close in fact. So 8th and 9th. We've just cut away to the leaders though. This is Rob Miller obviously running first.
Yeah, you can see there, look, he's just consistently about 4 tenths of a second faster than Trent here.
Yeah, and look, Richards falling down the order then, down to 10th. So what has happened to that? Is that he's in the pit lane?
Well, he only just got past Dixon, so maybe they carried on fighting, and we'll have to have a look and see if there's a replay.
Yeah, and Santana in the pits as well.
Well, that promotes Jake Weaver up to 9th place.
Schooling into the points. Yeah. Oh, God, look at the queue of cars in the pit lane then.
It's like a scrapyard.
Yeah. Jones is out of his car. That is... that's Weaver getting going, isn't it?
Oh no, and Santana.
Yeah, Santana, we just saw him drop down the order shortly after Richards and into the pit lane, so... Yeah, that's unfortunate.
That's a shame on his debut, so I think he was up to 8th place. That's promoted Burnett now, he's up to 6th, and he must be happy about that. How's the fastest laps looking? We've got 3 drivers in the 59s, and then a couple in the 2 minutes, and then everybody else is 2 minutes 1 and more.
Yeah. Not an easy track by any means in this car. The S is particularly difficult fighting the understeer.
Yeah, yeah. Look, Richards actually had a good fastest lap as well, so he must be kicking himself.
Yeah. Let's hope we get a replay then to see what happened in those fights. The gap at the front's closed down, look.
Good spot, I was about to say, actually.
Yeah. Someone just drove off the road as the leaders came through there. Didn't quite see
I think that was Wittenbauer.
Wittenbauer into the wall then, and joining the collection.
Joins the scrapyard.
Schooling then, he's had a spin, which is a shame because he's running in the points at the moment. Schooling in 10th place.
He wants to hang on to that. Like, he's still about 25 seconds ahead of Namath, so yeah.
Namath, despite his enormous accident out of 130R, is up to 11th place then.
Obviously his teammate was involved in that first lap incident where he was rather rudely mounted.
Yes. Yeah, we saw a lot of car coming off from that accident as well. We're back on board with Mark Tranter then, running P2 and coming out of Spoon Corner. And we're heading to 130R.
Of course, the car only goes fast in a straight line without a rear wing. Once you get to the corners, it's a bit of an issue.
Absolutely, yeah. And 130R, just really not a difficult corner in this car at all compared to the skip, where it was a real battle to get through there very quickly, wasn't it?
Yeah, you keep your foot flat to the floor in this car. In this skip, it was a lot more of a bravery thing.
Yes.
Wow, matching their times at the top. Miller made him make a mistake earlier, and that's why I'm trying to caught him a bit.
Garlick's running a little quicker than Kelly, who's in P3 at the moment, so could we be heading for a battle for the podium at the moment?
Yeah, it looks like Kelly's dropped back a few seconds from Trenta, I would say.
Yeah, he's dropped a good way off, but it's leaving him vulnerable to Garlick. And look at Lyne, he's a couple of seconds behind Garlick now after Garlick overtook him. There is Kelly, and a replay then.
Oh, he's doing the Ollie Walker line.
Yeah. Yeah, so Kelly just outbraking himself into the Casio triangle chicane.
Oh, those slowdowns just last forever.
Here's a replay then. So that's Richards losing it in Dunlop, and he... Oh, no.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, so Richards losing it out of Dunlop, and as he collected Santana on the way through and put him out of the race as well, which is, yeah, as you say, a massive shame. Santana was having a very promising drive.
Seems like they're back together now after the pit stop. Yeah, Santana's just a few seconds ahead of Richards there up the road.
Yeah.
So Schooling still has a 12 second lead over Namath.
Yes.
It's getting a bit it's getting a bit worrying, I imagine, for him. He's catching him quite fast. It's down to 9 seconds now.
And we see the Ledger's in the pit lane now as well, so that's unfortunate. He was running really well in 13th earlier on, now down to 18th place, and last on the road with the two retirements. Wittenbauer and Larson both out of the race. So a big shame for the Ledge. And we see the two Walliams with Stupidaguri and Santana, and that's that line behind as well.
So it's Burnett up 5 places, Weaver up 10 places, and Schooling up 8 places. Those are the big movers.
Yeah.
Well done to them.
Hope they can keep it going then. Be nice to see Schooling getting his first open wheeler points. He's bagged a couple in GT3s already. So looking at Richards in from the Williams team as he comes through the corner that cost him so dearly a few laps before. Dunlop.
It is a bit of a tricky one.
Yeah, well, a little slide there as he came through Degner 1. Well held.
It's very easy to just run wide and catch the grass as well.
Yes. Yeah, and then you're sort of just heading to the accident, aren't you? So as he pulls over and lets Kelly put the lap on him, observing the blue flags, that's good to see. So the gap out front has just increased by a couple of tenths again. Kelly a good 5 seconds back from Tranter now. Garlic is about 1.6 behind Kelly, so whether he can get through the traffic and close up that gap in the remaining 13 minutes, we wait to see.
And Lyne just watching.
Yes.
A couple of seconds back.
Lyne having a very curiously just quiet race, really. We normally expect to see him battling for the win, and he's just doesn't seem to have the pace this weekend.
Well, his amazing results from the first 8 races, maybe he's just having a bit of a rest.
Yeah, but just to know that he could wrap the title up with a win, and yet here he is in 5th place, 11 seconds off the lead, and Miller just showing no signs of quitting, though, with his very fast lap times. He's still putting in 1:59 again. Yeah, we just saw.
It's often the way, though, isn't it? When you could wrap something up, it tends to go wrong, or you're not on the pace or something. There's usually something happens. Can't really explain it. It's just one of those things.
Well, it's you just tense up, don't you? And things just don't feel as easy and fluid as they were. So, can we see any battles going on track at the moment?
Seems these two are the closest, Tranter Miller and Kelly Garlic.
Yeah. It would be good to see a battle for the 3rd place on the podium. Kelly is reeling in Tranter now.
Yeah, but those top 3 are so close on pace. Well, there was another spinner there.
And that was Parker, look, just sideways as they came out of the hairpin. It's unfortunate, really. We're yet to see Parker. We know how fast he is, but he's not had a clean race yet, so not his fault, obviously, I would say. So, looking forward to seeing when he actually has a clean one, how fast he will go, because I think he's going to be a real contender.
I imagine Kelly's interested in that as well, as he's teaming up with him for the next season.
Parker joining Stupid Aguri in place of Stephen Batty, who has been very part-time this season.
And here we go, Limiter's caught schooling.
Yes.
So how long can you hold him off for? 10 minutes?
Well, I bet schooling will be hoping that's the case.
Make that car wide.
Yeah. Keep an eye on you, Keith. This is for position and for a point.
Squirrely there from Namath coming out of the hairpin.
Yeah. And we know that Namath's going to be heading to the stewards after this race for that move on Parker. So, and if he is found guilty of that, then he's not going to get the point that he picks up here anyway, is he? He's going to end up on a negative instead.
No, but I mean every point counts. So.
Well, not if you lose. Not if you lose in points.
Well, you get this point here, it'll slightly dull the sting of the penalty if there is one.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, and there he goes in.
Through pretty much.
Yeah. Scoring, choosing to take the less risky approach of just letting him through. So it's a shame that we've had so many cars being taken out by incidents, because we really have been robbed of some exciting battles in this race. I'm thinking Santana, WINSLADE had an electric start and is out, was so far down now. Richards as well.
Yeah, Richards was Dixon and Burnett and Santana are all battling, weren't they?
Yeah.
It looks like Garlic's going to try and rectify that. He's getting onto the back of Kelly.
Yeah, it looks like he's getting into the slipstream, isn't he? So they're charging up to the chicane.
There's traffic ahead to deal with as well.
And that right-hand curb on the way into the chicane really can spin this car around if you're not careful.
Yeah, it's another one of those little pitfalls that are just waiting to get you around the circuit.
Yeah. Which is amazing when you go back and watch our Hot Lap video from this track featuring Rob Miller, and he just absolutely wallops over those curves with and he just seems to grip up for him. So, yeah, it's an astonishing lap he did for us, a 1:58.0, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess he's enjoying his direct drive wheel, which gives them that fidelity and ability to react to the car and save the possible spin. That's what he's reported anyway. He says it's just he catches things that he wouldn't have caught on his other wheel.
Amazing, yeah.
Allows you to drive more confidently to the limit.
I can't really keep up with Rob's wheel collection though. I mean, he's had several different things since we've been
he's
racing.
due to give us a sim article on our website, but if he keeps changing, what's gone on here?
That's Dixon in the wall then. It's looking like a bit of a sorry state. Ouch.
Oh, just
I think the steering's
compressed his
broken.
suspension there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. If Miller keeps changing hardware, he's never going to be able to finish this article, is he?
No,
Maybe that's
true.
why he's doing it.
Didn't he have a Thrustmaster when he started with us?
Yes, he did.
And what did he have last?
I believe now he's upgrading his wheel because he's got a jury grouped Fanatec wheel on a direct drive base, which is different. I don't know. I can't keep up, but I'm sure when we get to read about it, it'll all make sense.
Yes. A full history, please, Mr. Miller. Meanwhile,
Now this is getting tasty.
yes, Garlic is getting very close to Kelly then. This is the battle for the podium. Look at that then, Richards down the inside. Oh, poor old Nathan Parker.
That was clumsy. The first two moves he tried, not bad, pretty good actually, but that one was a bit clumsy.
Yeah.
Looks like he's waiting for him though.
No, that's definitely the right thing to do and let him back through.
Yes, very sporting there.
But Nathan must be getting so sick and tired of being assaulted by LOA drivers in the last few races. No doubt we'll see that Brawn livery wrapped up in bubble wrap next race.
It might be sensible, given, the past few races.
So here's our battle for third once again. Kelly a full 7 seconds back from Tranter in second place now then.
Yeah, looks like he's having to think about defending from Garlic, so...
Yeah. We just heard another clonk of someone else crashing. Can't see who it was on the...
Could have been someone's connection, because when you pop back in it tends to make a clonk.
Oh, okay. Nice. Lyne's fallen to 6 seconds behind Garlic as well, so yeah, just really anonymous race from him.
He's going to bank those points, I guess.
Yeah.
But he can't really afford to do that in the last three races if he's not going to wrap it up now. His worst results are 2/5 and a second for the next three races. So he needs to score at least 4th place or he isn't going to get any points.
Wow.
So that should tighten things up again, especially as Miller is the title rival and is currently leading.
It's quite an astonishing feat though if he needs to score that well just to actually get any points when so many of the drivers in the league would be delighted with like a 4th place or a 5th place. That would be one of their best results.
He's just been so consistent.
Absolutely, yeah, dominant.
I think the other drivers, Miller, Kelly, Garlic, have had flashes of pace, but it's always a different one every week, so that's given Lyne his huge lead.
Yeah, and I'm thinking back to Watkins Glen where Miller ran out of fuel, and has he had another one where he nearly... Oh, and he binned it at Brands Hatch.
Brands Hatch, he just wasn't on it.
Tranter binned it twice, didn't he, at Brands and quit the race. And
Kelly's binned it. Kelly had a disconnection from the lead at Okama, and also he almost got Lyne on the last lap at Laguna, but just screwed up the last corner.
Yes,
so they've
indeed,
all run into problems, except for Lyne, who is probably having one of his worst races today, just being a bit slow.
Yeah, and I'm thinking the last time we saw him being noticeably like this was Oran Park, I think, and that was way back when he came. Did he come 5th there as well?
Well, interesting fact, actually, I spoke to him the other day. He said, when was the last time I didn't score any points? And it was actually the final race of Season 1 when he managed to damage his car when we had damage off. That was his last no score.
That's an astonishing feat of consistency.
Oh, what's happened here? Tranter is under attack from Kelly. That's odd.
Wow. Yes, has Tranter made a mistake somewhere? He had that awful crash in Alton Park, and that cost him another victory. So Mark's lost at least 2 wins this season from accidents from just pushing too hard.
Okay, this is busy.
Yeah, so he's down to the inside of the left Dixon, who's recovering after his trip to the pits.
Somehow all second, third and fourth make it through safely.
Astonishing stuff, yeah. Wow, it's looking quite busy down that straight now then. They're all trying to... You see
just
Kelly
using
there,
Dixon for his slipstream.
Yeah, amazing stuff. And I wanted to spend a couple of minutes talking about the F3, because we had a test race recently with there were eight of the drivers taking part in that at Okayama, and the results from that looked quite promising actually for a very close season in season 4. So I'm very excited about this the F3 car coming. It's yeah.
Well, we haven't had Lyne and Miller try it yet, so they might kill everybody's expectations. But the reports back were that you could find the limit of the car easier. It was more consistent and reliable, so you could drive it harder. Oh, mistake from Tranter there.
Yeah, and he's... Oh, well, no. Look at Kelly then.
Straight up into second.
Wow, Kelly into the second place from the hairpin. We've been expecting him to lose third, and instead he's gone forwards. And what can Garlic do? He's still a little way off.
The race is coming in alive again. Looks like Santana is also threatening Dixon for 10th in the final point.
So a fantastically opportunistic move there from Kelly to go up to the second step. Tranter's not done with him though. He's in.
You can see Dixon and Santana in the background there. So both fights are on the same piece of track, although they're a lap down.
That's really cool. We like that. So here we go then into 130R. Tranter down the... Wow. Just escorts Kelly off the track and Tranter back up to second place. Final lap of the race then. Miller must be wondering where everybody is.
Yeah, Sunday drive for Miller.
Yeah, and look at him on the tracker there. He's the only car going around on his own. We've got Richards back in the pits again and stationary. Kelly to the outside of Tranter as they come into turn 1 on the final lap. Is he going to stick it all the way around the outside? This will be a brave move if he does. He's better off holding it for 130R towards the end of this lap. Garlic's not out of this fight either. He's just 4 tenths behind Kelly. This is a pass or be pass situation then.
Yeah, there was a bit of a lull in the mid-race, but now it's livened up again for the last bit.
Super spicy final lap.
This is where Tranter made a mistake last lap, so he needs to get this right. All good?
Safely done.
No locked brakes.
Wow,
look
at Garlic then, just really, really close now to Kelly. This is totally undecided then, who's going to come second, third and fourth at the end of this race. And they're slowing each other down because Miller is now over 12 seconds clear. Here we are then, the final overtaking chance of this race. Somewhere between here and the chicane. Here they go. Tranter, Kelly, Garlic. Kelly to the outside, Tranter blocks. It's going to be into the chicane then. Kelly darting this way and that, looking for a way through, nothing doing. Is he going to get a good exit from here? The line comes up very fast though, so it's going to be difficult. Rob Miller has won this race. Commanding performance. And trying to get second place then ahead of Kelly, Garlic and then Lyne. Meanwhile further back Santana has done it. He's taken Dixon then just at the end of the race to come claim a point on his debut race. Well done to him.
Very well done.
It should have been many more. So just very unfortunate with that incident with Richards early on in the race. Here's Will Burnett then coming home P6. I think that's his best result in the Formula Renault 2.0, isn't it?
I'd have to check, but that's certainly a solid result. It's better than being taken out in the first lap.
Yeah, and Oliver Walker in the Rumblebees coming home 7th place. He's had a few difficult races recently in this car, so there's WINSLADE coming home for a disappointing race that he's had in 14th place. Meanwhile then, Namath and Weaver going side by side. This is the battle for 8th and 9th place.
It's still going on. Miller will be in the pits having a cup of tea or something now.
Yeah. Lock up from Weaver then as they came into the chicane. Namath's going to take this 8th place then, and yeah, if he is going to get penalised for that earlier move, then this will help soften the blow, like you say. 9th place for Jake Weaver then, great result from him. And
I think that's the best result for Schooling as well.
Yeah, Schooling coming home 12th place. That's great to see for him. Wow, let's final classification time then. So Rob Miller, an absolutely dominant race around Suzuka, comes home in first place ahead of Mark Tranter and Gavin Kelly second and third in the race. James Garlick comes home a battling 4th place for Williams team ahead of David Lyne, who had a very quiet race. And then we've got Will Burnett in 6th, Oliver Walker in 7th, Josh Namath in 8th, and 9th is Jake Weaver, and 10th is Richard Santana. Then we've got Dixon, Schooling, Parker, WINSLADE, Selner, Richards, The Ledge, Weaver, Wittenbauer, Larson, and Gary Jones. As we went to see the team's championships then, the Drivers' Championship, David Lyne still out in front, Rob Miller only 44 points behind, that's getting close, 54 points behind, mass fail. Mark Tranter in 3rd, Garlick is in 4th, and 5th is Kelly ahead of Dixon now. So further down we can see Santana 19th place in the championship with his single point, and we've got a few negatives at the bottom there, Gary Jones, Zach Hyland and Larson, so they'll be hoping to score some points in the last 3 rounds to get out of those negatives.
That would be good to see.
Yes, absolutely. And the team's championship then, the A team out in front, Little and Large back up to 2nd place and up 2 places. Williams stay 3rd, LB Racing drop down 2 places to 4th. Karas Competition is in 5th ahead of Stupid Aguri. ETM have fallen to 7th place ahead of the Rumblebees. Team Shell Squirrel, Rabbit Hole Motorsport, I do beg your pardon.
Certainly LB suffered not having Bibby there, just the one driver. They're losing 2 places in this tight fight.
Yes, yeah, and of course we didn't even have Highfield as well. Gosh,
no.
so many drivers missing, what a shame. So don't forget you can find us at LIMIToFADHESION.com, on Facebook at LIMITof Adhesion. Please do like and subscribe to the videos and come say hi on Discord. Jools, thanks for joining me once again.
Take care, bye bye.
Cheers guys, bye.